So, you gonna show your boobs, really?
No.
Oh, good morning. Welcome back to another Scuttlebutt.
Hey,
all right.
No.
I'd like to see that.
No way, Jose.
So, well, obviously, as you've seen at the beginning of this, because I am gonna edit this up, you'd already seen some of the rain.
It's a muddy mess out here.
Some of the time lapses of the storms. So we're on to day 2 right now. There's a break in the rain. So what are you going to do, baby?
I gotta go let my goose free.
Yeah.
So that I can feed the other ones while she's eating grass.
Yeah, Miss Giggles. Well, yeah. we're assuming Miss, because we still haven't fully sexed it yet. But I've been looking, and normally geese have like a little corkscrew penis that will stick out the back if it's a male, and we've yet to see that. So anyway, I'm gonna actually flip y'all around because yeah, we're going into day 2 of 5 days worth of rain, and I kind of want to show you what's going on, and then we'll even talk about, because we've talked about this before in the past of like what we're kind of planning to do, but if you're new here, you get a chance to hear it for the first time, and we would gladly ask that you hit that subscribe. Also check us out over on the main channel. That link's always down in the description, or the little icon over at the end. You can just click on that, take it right there, and hit that thumbs up. You know, we enjoy the likes if you like what we like to show, or what we're showing y'all, right? And YouTube always likes those things, you know, helps with the algorithm and all that good stuff. But anyway, let me get you flipped around and let's go take a walk. So this was actually one of the things that we had done, was a trench right here by the house, just to help with water, because we had a lot of water that was going like right underneath the house. And I even still have over here, this is the water shut off, right? Because I mean, water comes here and then, or from there, comes down, because we still have a lot of water that comes from the ridge, because we dug a trench there too. But at some point, whenever all this is gone, right, because this is actually where the big, we call it the shopping mall project, but eventually it's going to be a long building. I think we're actually going to do it in 2 parts. So it's going to be an automotive, woodworking, and then it's going to be a butcher shop, and then it'll be an art studio / dry store goods. That's also where I'm going to put the YouTube studio. There'll also be a couple bathrooms in there. But yeah, basically all the way down from where that concrete starts, where that shed is now, it's going to come almost, I don't know if you can see that T-post that's right here, pretty close to there. So almost 100 feet long, 32 feet wide. Yeah. So, but then we have, you know, the ridge that we'll have to clean up and such. And whenever we do that, we're actually going to have a trench behind that, you know, because we're going to dig into the hillside too, pretty close to, like, if you see where Gladys had that little hubcap up there, she was using it as target practice a long time ago. Yeah, right in there is actually going to be digging into the side of the hill for a cellar and storm shelter, right? That's all going to be part of this project after the cabin build. This will be the next big project after Mom and Dad's cabin build. But all of this is going to have to be, you know, cleared out, right? We'll bring a dozer in. We do plan on having like parking lot area here. We'll probably end up doing that before we even clear this, right? Get all this flattened out, bring in some material, because all this still has to be, because you kind of see where we have septic here, that ground level is going to come up to that high. So we still have about a foot worth of material, you know, just moving stuff around, bringing new material in and such. But for water control, right, because we have a lot of water coming from this way, a lot of water coming from that way, So when it all gets smoothed out and cut in, the water will actually go around the entire house, right? We're going to cut in a trench and have, obviously behind the building and everything and the retaining wall, that's all going to be a French drain. It'll have the actual drainage, but then where it ends, pretty much in here, that's just going to be trenched out going back, because even back here, I would still like to have, an area that, still have a road coming through here, kind of coming in, be able to have another little parking spot back here, or even possibly, I was thinking more like back here in this area of putting the playhouse, right? So that blue building there, because all that stuff's going to be leaving too. And then put the playhouse back here in the back. That way we can still be able to see her and stuff like that out the windows at the back. But, getting all this stuff cleared out. But anyway, all that water will be going that way. And then there's actually like a small little creek that comes down off the ridge that goes down to the main creek. And then coming over to the other side, right? So all that water would just go straight to the creek. And now for over here, right? Because, there's still a lot of water that just is coming down. But going the other direction, a lot of that water is going to go to the pond. And then we're going to do an overflow for the pond to where it, in turn, will also go to the creek. Check this out.
She did cut herself a little.
You jumped out. You were swimming, playing in the water.
She was getting a little clean. She cut herself. The light busted in there and it cracked. It looks like it's cracked everywhere.
Uh-oh.
So she had a little cut in her webbing.
Uh-oh.
My baby cannot go back in there. No, she cannot.
So the glass or the bulb probably blew up.
Yeah.
Probably got wet.
Probably. But
all right, well,
I don't want her in there because I don't want her eating glass or stepping on glass anymore.
we're gonna have to clean you up then. Just, she has enough feathers. She can just go in with the baby chicks.
Yeah.
All right. Well, all this, right? We never really had an issue with, any water right here. That's one of the main reasons why we put the chicken coop and stuff here. There's some water that kind of comes in here a little bit. We do plan on kind of filling this in with sand at some point. But yeah, that's one reason why I had this up here, was to protect the water from getting into the light. Oh yeah, I see. I don't, maybe it has to be because it got wet, or maybe she pecked it. I don't know. Well, that stinks. Yeah, so she'll just go in there with them, which they're almost big enough now that they can come over to the main flock. But I think we're going to wait probably at least, if not this weekend, one more week. Because actually, it'll be about another week. Because we do have Barbie in here sitting on eggs still. Oh. We have, these are the eggs that roll out automatically. And then, as you see, I got this one boarded off because she's sitting in there. I probably can't even see her, but she's in there. I think right now there's, what, 5? 5 eggs. So, all right. Well, back to our water excursion. And actually, I want to show you, too, all right, so, yeah, now back over. Gladys forgot to put the metal bar back in. And the mama hen, Dolly, she'll actually squeeze out through the area where the eggs come out, trying to get away from Max. So, but yeah, because over here, once we, start doing the project over here, all this will get cut in, and we'll have, a wall going all the way around. Obviously staying, you gotta stay 2 feet away from this, 2 feet away from that, having the wall kind of curving around. But the water will come around from the back side of that wall, and then down here, and then we'll have this, a trench here, which we plan on actually having a V cut trench with concrete. And then everything comes down here. Now the driveway, kind of same thing, right? It's everything comes to here, but as you can see, a lot of water still comes down the driveway because this needs to get redone. So hopefully this summer, we're gonna bring the dozer guy back. We'll have him cut in a trench on the side, and then, you know, help with putting a crown back into the road. And then from there, we'll be able to bring in more materials, you know, just to do the top layer of rock with that. But you can see, I mean, pond, this is just already one day yesterday. You can see, because I was out here, right? I was just out here, and almost that entire pile of rocks for the fountain was out of water, and now it's almost completely covered. So you can see how much water goes into this just from one rain. It's a lot. It's a lot. Yeah. And that's why over there, I want to put a culvert going out, you know, to the creek. So this can only get so full before it starts overflowing. Because right now the overflow, it can still go up another 3 feet before it gets to the overflow portion, and I don't want it that high. I don't want it that high at all. So Gladys doesn't want it that high either. So yeah, it is what it is. And then eventually all this will be a driveway. We plan on having driveway coming all the way down. We're gonna build another bridge. So yeah, and then coming up here, obviously this bridge was always temporary. It's always just been a footbridge. But one thing we will need to do whenever it's time to actually build the other bridge is this one is gonna have to move this way because we want the driveway to be on this side of the pole and such. But then for the pond, right, this is where the culvert would go. And it would have to go, you know, down here. I want to, because there's a dip right here, and this was all overflow for the pond, but I want it to be flat. So, right, and we got some material that can be moved here because it's really high, and then some material that can be moved here because it's really high. Okay, so, and if we have a culvert to be able to control the water for the pond overflow, and then it would all go at a diagonal this way because the creek flows that direction. We wouldn't have to worry about water coming back up into the pipe. It would all come out and then go down to the creek, because this creek does flood. You know, it's come up here almost to like where I have my fence post. I mean, you can see the debris. You know, debris comes all the way up to here. I've had debris all the way up to here. So it's come up this high before, just depending. Obviously, we still got a bunch of stuff to clean out from the creeks. There's still a lot of stuff down there to clean out from the creeks. And the driveway over there, yeah, that's a whole different thing. Still gonna be talking with the assessors and stuff, trying to get, you know, the survey, plot, maps, and then if they have it, right? If they don't, then obviously we're just gonna have to put some funds aside to get a new survey. And then we're still trying to figure out the easement agreement for that road, right? Because I've called that office probably at least 10 times now, and they still don't answer their phone. I don't know. So, but anyway, I want to get over here and actually look at that road, because I've even asked our neighbors, you know, if they have some rocks or some stuff, or I even said, I have rocks. If you have your tractor, come grab some to put into their field on their side to help with the erosion, because whenever we get rain events like this, that road is getting washed out. It's starting to wash out those culverts in their side, and I don't want to just dump stuff into their field. And for one, I don't have a way of doing that unless I'm doing it by hand, right? You know, because I got my own things to take care of. right, look at all these leaves that's blocking this. So I'll run over there and I'll grab something to come clear this. Yeah, this culvert got washed out, but we ended up using it. That's the culvert that I took over to the gate area. But even with a lot of rain and flash floods in the area, Mom and Dad's cabin site is still high and dry, even being right next to the creek. See, I mean, a lot of stuff, like our driveway, that road's flooded over, but a lot of the water, because I don't know if you can kind of see it up in through there, that area over on the other side it takes a lot of the flood waters, right? And it all kind of goes back almost just to the backside. You can kind of see the little white trailers right here. And then I have water right there. And then it kind of cuts back into the creek. So, yeah. But I'd rather it go that way than this way. So, yeah. We're dealing with it. So, it's actually a little bit longer video than I normally do on these, but I still wanted to show you guys. Obviously, we have the gate project that we're trying to do, and then we have another project that Gladys worked on Friday, and then, or no, it's going to be released on Friday. She actually did it at the same time I was working on the gate. That way we had something else to show you over on the main channel. All right, but yeah, Jesus, that's a lot of water. But this is the reason why I'm trying to get the National Forest folks, government folks, to come work on this road because of this reason right here. So it's all flooded, but you can also see our neighbors. Gotta go underneath the barbed wire fence. So they did some fence repairs because a bus hit their fence a while back. And then they also had to pull all new barbed wire right here and then kind of replace some poles down here. But they had a fence material and they put that over those culverts to kind of stop some of the big debris from going through there, but now it blocks it, right? It blocks it, so it blocks a lot of debris. It creates a lot of flooding here, but now it comes up and over the road, and it's gonna wash out our road, so now it makes it hard for us to drive. And you can see it's already been washing out, you know, the culverts. And even when we first bought the property, there was another culvert at the end of this one, like here, but it's already broken off and it's down in the bottom of that. And you can already see that this one, about to say, because there's a lot more water goes through there than through this one, but this one's about to break off too, because now that that has water coming out here, it's eroding all the land underneath this. Now this one's going to break off too at some point. But yeah, I don't know what the easement agreement is for this road. I don't even know 100% certain if this road is even on our property. I'm pretty certain it is, you know, based off of a lot of the stuff. You know, I mean, you can go to like those hunting apps, you know, and it's going to show like property lines and all those. I get it. I know that they're not 100% accurate, but they're pretty dang close, and a lot of people have used them. I mean, they're good enough for hunters, right, to know if they're on private property or not. And every single one of those hunting apps shows our property line on this side of the road, about a foot off of where they have that fence. But I don't have an easement agreement. So, are they supposed to take care of it? Are we supposed to take care of it? I don't know. Normally, if it's used, it's going to be, I forgot what the wordings was, because you have the lesser and the other one, right? So obviously the property owner is not the one using that road. I mean, yes, we do use it. It's our driveway. But the main purpose of that road is access into National Forest. The main purpose of that road as an easement. So, per Arkansas state law, unless, there's an agreement made with the homeowner, they are supposed to maintain that road, and they don't. They are supposed to maintain it, and they don't. So, and that's one of the things I've been doing a lot of research on. Obviously, got to fix a lot of this water issues, do a lot of these things, and for one, I don't have the equipment to be doing that right now, and two, all of our funds is going into other projects, not that one. So, yeah. So I just want to hurry up and get this bridge over here built. I don't know. I think after the cabin build up here, I might focus on doing this bridge as our next big project after the cabin build, or even do them together. I don't know, but I would need some big timbers milled up, and I was gonna do that after I got my own mill. But if I need to get some big, because I'm gonna use oak, right? I'm gonna get some 5 big oak, 12-inch thick, 14-inch thick, 6x14s or 6x12s for building the bridge. So anyway, that's what we got for you. We're not swimming yet, but we're close to it. We just flooded enough that the kid couldn't go to school. Bus couldn't come out there to get her, and we're not going to be driving through flood because it's even worse down the road. So, yep, that's it. That's what we got. So I'll end the video with Giggles going on her walk. A lot of times she'll follow Gladys around, but she comes out here to eat grass, because that's actually a geese. That's their main diet, is grasses and stuff like that. So we'll leave you here. Just let you know that we're going to continue working on water management as we can. And y'all get out there, thank a veteran with every chance you get, not only on Veterans Day. And we'll see you on the next one. Later, y'all.